Welcome and thank you for tuning in. Coming off of a disappointing loss at Louisville, Virginia Tech played Notre Dame at Cassell Coliseum, and the Hokies came out and pulled off a 77-63 win at home to improve to 3-1 in ACC play with a 9-2 overall record. This is certainly a top 25 team. A great performance from Jalen Cone, leading the team with 18 points. Mr. Automatic from behind the three-point line. The elevation he gets on his three-pointers is simply incredible. He is such a difference maker every time he takes the floor. And Keve Aluma got involved right from the get-go. It is so important that Virginia Tech asserts itself down low with such a superior post presence collectively as a team compared to teams in the past. Aluma, a major difference maker, as was Justin Mutz with 14 points and 7 rebounds. Aluma led the team, of course, with 12 rebounds, but Mutz got some really key rebounds because some of those were putbacks. He is such a great threat on the offensive glass, which, as we saw today, can be invaluable, especially at key moments when Virginia Tech simply needed buckets. Within the first 3 minutes of this game, I could tell Virginia Tech was a superior team to Notre Dame. There's no nice way to say this. This Notre Dame team is not good. They were 0-3 heading into this game. Mike Brey, one of the most overrated coaches in college basketball, living off of previous successes. Notre Dame is not the program it used to be, plain and simple. So this would have been a bad loss for the Hokies had they fallen in this one. Now, Tyrese Radford, I want to see more from him in terms of attacking the basket. He had some great moments in this game, but he has the ability to be more of an offensive focal point, especially if he can shore up the jump shot. He doesn't shoot that often, so I haven't had the chance to really break down the jumper, but I can say that his jump shot is certainly not broken to the extent that Justin Mutz's jumper is. Mutz's jumper is so broken that it's along the same lines of Sean Marion, but I still love having Mutz as a part of this program because he brings so much energy, so much passion, great defense, and of course great rebounding, an unbelievable wingspan. So I will take the poor shooting for him when you consider everything else he brings to the table, because he is a major asset. And speaking of major assets, Naheem Aline is a major asset to Hokie basketball, but unfortunately not today. He went scoreless, and I've called him the X Factor many times throughout this season. I hope that this was just an aberration. Virginia Tech's most dynamic offensive threat, plain and simple. And if he does not play well against Duke, heading into the matchup this week, I just can't see Virginia Tech winning. It's always going to be difficult for the Hokies to win if Naheem Aline does not play well. But thankfully, there were plenty of other guys who stepped up. Can't forget Hunter Couture as well. That three-pointer he hit, I believe with just around 2 minutes to go, that was the dagger. From there, I knew the Hokies would pull this out, and at that point, it was time to breathe a lot easier. So with the Hokies now 3-1 in conference play, they are in the driver's seat. And Mike Young has already turned this team into a program that has players that are greater than the sum of its parts. And Duke is a better team on paper, but they are less than the sum of its parts because their team chemistry is poor. So I want to see Jalen Cone or Hunter Couture start against Duke, because Virginia Tech's three-point shooting in the starting lineup right now is simply not good enough. And the Hokies have to bring a lot of offensive firepower from the get-go. I can't wait for that matchup on Tuesday, and I'm sure Hokie Nation is very excited as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you've watched for this long, you might as well subscribe to my channel.